Good morning. It was nice of Faye to really create this nice vibrational space here today, and we really have a sacred space to operate in. I'd like to introduce my wife, Nia Durward, who will start our presentation talking about her favorite subject, which is crystals. So.
Okay. Can everybody hear me? I don't have as loud a voice as some people. Okay. Now I have to find which thing. I'm just going to push the space bar if I want to change the.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm still vibrating. One of the reasons why those gongs work so well for us is because we're made up of the same minerals as the planet, as our Mother Earth, and as Faye was saying, those gongs are just, perfectly, were created to express the sound of creation on our planet, and because we have those same minerals in us, we're actually human crystals, and so it works on us. It works on us, and one of my favorite things to do when I'm working with crystals or when I'm working with sound is to just, as Faye was saying, it takes you out of your mind and it allows you to just feel what's happening in your body. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. At the center of the earth is a huge spherical magnet. Take a minute. Bring your awareness to your feet. Everybody just feel your feet. Feel your feet touching the floor. Then feel Mother Earth pulling you, magnetizing you into her heart, her crystalline core. Good. That core, although it looks nothing like clear quartz, is truly crystalline, with a geometric lattice structure of molecules like all crystals. The core of the Earth is a giant iron crystal. And you can see that in the diagram, how there's all these layers, and at the very core is iron. And I would guess that, gongs have other, bronze and other things in them, but I'm sure iron must be in there somewhere in order to have that vibration. Okay. We learn from ancient texts, I would imagine they know this in China as well as is in India in the Vedas, that the sacred geometry of iron, for quartz crystals, which we're so familiar with, their sacred geometry is 6 or hexagonal, but the cube or the geometry of 4 is what is the sacred geometry of iron, which is at the heart of the earth. And interestingly enough, it's also, according to the Vedas, the sacred geometry of our first chakra is also that cube or that square shape. So there's a connection there, and it's just so cool how those things work together. The elements connect with our chakras and with the geometry of the different elements and minerals on the planet. And the sacred sound, Sanskrit sound of the first chakra is lung. It's Lam with an uchi, which is pronounced lung, like rhymes with tongue, lung. So as you continue to be present in your feet, or reconnect with your feet if you've lost it, and also in your first chakra, it might help to do this if you put your hands on your hips. It'll bring you into it even more. And we're going to chant together that sound, that lung, and that will even more, as we know, sound really has a big impact on us. So So together we're going to chant lung 3 times, and it's going to strengthen our connection to the heart of the earth. You can just do it with me. Take a nice deep breath. Be aware of her loving, grounding, energizing flow coming into you, and all anxiety, distraction, unease draining out as we chant lung 3 more times. And you may notice a sense of her energy coming in through your receptive side, your left side, and whatever doesn't serve you draining out through the right into the earth until you've kind of got this circular energy going between you and the heart of the earth. And it'll begin to flow up into your body, even past the first chakra as we do this. Another deep breath. Now, being grounded and fully present in your body, allow your heart and your crown to open as you become a channel of divine light and love, flowing with gratitude into the heart of Mama Earth. As we together chant Om 3 times. So take another deep breath. Just take a minute to feel that. I feel that this is really a really essential part of our service to the planet and to all of her created beings, to take time every day to ground and connect with the earth. It's a service that we can do anywhere, anytime. I just find this idea just so beautiful. You don't have to, it makes us all. Everybody on the planet can be light workers if we remember to do this, and it's so essential. And it's very easy as people that we are that are spiritual and really interested in all these beautiful connections with other dimensions and all that. But to get kind of out there and to forget that we have to actually be in our bodies and be connected to the earth. And because the energy on the planet right now is just so wonky and so electronic and so full of chaos, it's even more important than ever that we do this. And so it's just really, really important. Everybody I work with as a crystal healer, the first thing I have to do is spend time helping them get grounded and get in their bodies. And it's the same thing as what Faye was talking about with the gongs. We can't really heal ourselves until we are really present and grounded. And this is a little quieter. So not only are we calmed and nurtured and re-energized by this natural connection with our sacred Mother Earth, but we in turn act as channels of divine love and light to the heart of the planet to help her in her ascension process. Because the Earth is also ascending. It's not just the human beings. There's this whole huge thing happening right now. And when we connect with and reinforce that magnetic, organized, and receptive qualities of the Earth, it's crucial to balancing that chaotic and highly electronic energy in our field, as well as it helps us and it helps the planet to integrate that high-frequency stellar energy that's helping to guide us into the fifth dimension. So I just want to stress that again, that this is a service. We help ourselves and we help the planet to ascend when we just take time to put our feet on the ground and stand up for the mother who's always served us so completely selflessly, providing us with everything that we need to survive. And one of my favorite spiritual teachers, Matt Kahn, anybody heard of Matt Kahn? Yeah. He's just so full of love, and I was kind of part of the inspiration for doing the talk about this was something that he did recently, where he was talking about how important it was for us to ground, and came up with this idea of a heart-centered grounding, which we're going to do as a group in just a minute. But first, let's do one of his repeat after me's together. When the earth energizes my heart, my heart replenishes the planet. When the earth energizes my heart, my heart replenishes the planet. When the earth energizes my heart, my heart replenishes the planet. Thank you. I'm a crystal healer, so I thought I would share a few stones. I'm going to talk about several different stones that help us to tune into the mineral world and help us with connecting with the things in order to do this kind of service of, as light workers, of connecting with the earth and bringing in the fifth dimension. So we're going to talk about stones for grounding, stones for the heart, and stones for the crown. So the first one is one of my very favorites as a healer, black tourmaline. I'm sure you all are familiar with black tourmaline, and it should be in every light worker's toolkit. It's just so essential. It's not only is it helpful for grounding, but it's also really helps with that idea of allowing whatever doesn't serve you that's in your field, and especially with all the electronics, to just drain out of you into the earth to be composted and recycled back as energy that we can use in a useful way. So black tourmaline is a good thing to have around. And here's hematite, which also is very familiar, and hematite is iron. You can even see, looking at this picture, in this natural piece of hematite that's not polished, up like the silver stuff that we love to work with too, that it has that cubic geometry naturally, how it grows. And I really like working with hematite magnets as well, because it's a really quick way to get yourself magnetized to the earth and regrounded, and it's so healing. I find even just, if I feel kind of sick to my stomach or something, or nervous, if I just get, or just too buzzed from being around all this talking and the energy, all this wonderful, beautiful energy here, that just holding on to those magnets or putting them in my pockets is enough to kind of help me get regrounded. Smoky quartz is also a really popular grounding stone. And again, it's that iron in the quartz that gives it that quality. And petrified wood is one of my also all-time favorites for grounding. Of course, this is carbon because it's actually a plant, but you take a living tree and then it's getting replaced by quartz. It becomes a rock. And I really love petrified wood for this kind of work because it also reminds us of our treeness and the idea of being rooted and connecting with our ancestors, and it's just very, very calming and organizing. I just really, really like working with petrified wood. So those are some of my 4 top grounding stones. Easy to come by, not expensive or hard to get. So for the heart, everybody knows rose quartz is for the heart, and it's really a nice stone to work with, always. I think I wear it just about all the time. And this, I don't know if you've heard of spodumene, but a lot of people like to work with them for the heart too. There's 2 types. There's the pink one that's called kunzite, which brings in the frequency of joy, and hiddenite, which is more of a light green color that brings in the frequency of gratitude. And they're really nice heart stones to work with. And another very favorite of mine is lepidolite, or acceptance. And lepidolite has natural lithium in it, so it's very relaxing. It really helps to balance the kind of the highs and the lows that people get. And I find it really helpful for people who have any kind of like ADHD type tendencies or lots of stuff going on with their brain. It's really helpful. And one of the things you can do when you're trying to work with these stones is just to meditate with them. And I found when I work with someone who's like bipolar or just has that kind of, and it's really hard for them to meditate. If anybody, we were talking yesterday about how to meditate, and your rocks can help you. And I have often told people that I've initiated in meditation, okay, well, hold a lepidolite in your left hand and a black tourmaline in your right hand while you're meditating, and just it will help bring you into a resonance with that flow without really putting much effort into it. Just allow it to happen. Dioptase is a fave. It's a little harder to come by, but it's just this beautiful turquoise green color, and great for releasing what you need to, and that we hold emotions and hard experiences in our heart. And another one that's pretty easy to get is chrysoprase. Has copper in it, and it's a beautiful green color. So those are 4 heart stones. Now we'll go to the crown. Everybody knows selenite. I think that stone that he was holding, to me it didn't look like a quartz crystal. What Ken had, it looked like it was a piece of selenite, but I don't know, I was looking from back there, so not sure. Anyway, that's a great one for helping you to connect to your higher self, and it's also good for clearing. Just remember with selenite, don't put it in the water. It will melt. Which brings up the whole idea of clearing. We talk about, sometimes people are interested in how do you clear crystals and stones. They don't need it quite as much as you think, because they actually hold their energy with a lot of integrity and clarity because of their geometry. But one of the things that works the best is sound, which just as you found that, when Faye was playing the gongs, that it's kind of clearing your energy field, your human crystal, that works very well for our stones too. So if you feel like your stones need a little reboot, you can just hold the intent that you want them to return to their most natural, beneficial energy, and you can do toning with your voice, or you can use gongs or any kind of sound, and they won't melt. Or turn amethyst, if you put it in the sunlight, will fade, which is another way of clearing. So everybody knows amethyst. Great stone. And another favorite of mine is danbarite. It just has the most beautiful, clear, white light to bring in, the sense of spirit. So, and charoite is a beautiful, really beautiful stone, purple and golds from Russia. And I think that's really important for a stone for us to work with as light workers too, because it really helps with that, helping you to find your path of service, your particular one that's for you. Okay, so that's the last stone I think I'm going to talk about, but I just want to say one more thing about working with stones. I really feel as a crystal worker that I want to empower you to, use your stones on yourself. And meditating with them, like I explained, is a really good way. And another thing you can do is you can just lay down and you can put them on your body. Say maybe you want to try one of each of these stones. So you pick one that's grounding, you put it, down near your first chakra, and pick a heart one and put it on your heart, and pick a crown one, and just allow the stones to be your allies and help you go into resonance with that energy of being a channel of light. Okay, so why does this work? Well, I already mentioned that we have the same chemical elements, and what's going on when we were talking about everything being vibration. Crystals are electromagnetic oscillators. They vibrate with light, and so do we. And working energetically with the mineral world is possible for us as humans because we are made up of the same chemical elements. We are human crystals. Crystals are electromagnetic oscillators. They vibrate with light. Some minerals are more resonant with the electrical end of the spectrum, like quartz, and others with the magnetic end of the spectrum, like iron. When we hold a mineral within our electromagnetic field or our light body, our aura, the chemical elements within the stone vibrate with those same elements in our bodies. This opens a communication channel between the crystal and the nervous system and the brain. That's what I do as a crystal healer. I help create a field. I get the room that I'm working in upstairs has, it's gridded with quartz, and you lay down, and I put the stones on you, and then I hold that heart energy and help you connect with the crystals and have them be able to help you heal yourself. Conscious resonance with light makes us light workers. By engaging the stone consciously, we can learn to perceive and interpret the information the stone is sharing and how the energy is affecting us. Conscious resonance with light and with light vibrating crystals, including our own human crystal, is what makes us light workers. And it's at the heart of the crystal resonance therapy which I practice. So we're all being affected a lot of times unconsciously, with the minerals and with light. And this is, as we become light workers, we learn to engage in this practice on a conscious level so that we can learn from it and kind of know what's happening and be able to set intent with what we're using, and then the crystals and the light, we're amplifying them and using them to create more love on the planet. I just want to mention before I go into this next section that I do have a few sessions open yet, so if anybody wants to work with me while we're here at the Earthkeeper event, I'll be out there during break, and you can let me know. So now we're going to get into the heart energy that we want to resonate with. The heart, it generates the most powerful electromagnetic field in the body. The heart's electrical signal is 60 times greater than that of the brain, and its magnetic signal is 5,000 times greater than the brain. So we really want to come from our hearts, not our brains in terms of being able to really work best with energy as energy workers. The most sensitive EMF, electromagnetic frequency receptor in the body, the heart, is the first organ in the body to receive and to interpret these signals. The heart governs the energetic field of the brain by causing the brain's own electromagnetic impulses to move into resonance with the heart's frequency. The heart is the central generator of our aura. By focusing on positive emotions of love, compassion, appreciation, or joy, we cause the heart to move into resonance with the Earth's aura. When you place yourself in these emotional states while grounded, there will be an automatic flow of energy up from the heart of the Earth into your heart. As the energy moves into the heart, the auric field becomes strengthened. You become a strongly radiating field of love-centered energy. In accord with the law of resonance, any other energy that comes into contact with your aura will need to move into resonance with your stronger love energy. What better energetic protection could you have? In addition, a strong, open-hearted heart chakra almost guarantees a sense of spiritual connection because it stimulates an open, aligned crown chakra, so that, when you've got that grounding, you get the earth energy coming in, the heart of the earth, your heart, and then your whole chakra system opens up, your crown opens, and then you've got light coming from the heart of the galaxy and from the heart of the earth all into your heart. So what I want to talk about now, and we're going to practice together, I want to take advantage of the fact that we've got this nice group here, and we've been doing all this wonderful energetic work together to do a collective planetary healing, which is based, at least in part, on Matt Kahn's heart center grounding, along with things I've picked up from my crystal healing teacher, Naisha Azian, and also from working with the Hathors in Egypt, who really teach this same kind of healing heart energy. Okay, so I invite you to, again, place your hands on your hips. You might want to close your eyes and ground. Take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, just really release any busyness that's left and feel that earth energy coming up into your first chakra through your feet. Good. And then you can place your hands on your heart. Feel that energy of the earth coming up into your heart. Feel the light of the stars coming down through your crown into your heart. Breathing that energy up and down into your heart. Allowing your heart to fill with light and love and open. Really being present in your heart. And bring to mind whatever helps you to fill with love, the emotion of love, gratitude, joy, I can just feel in this room as all of our hearts open and fill with love that we're getting more connected and the energy in the room is getting lighter and brighter. And now I want you to imagine that you're holding the planet Earth in your heart. See that sphere of the earth inside your heart. Just breathe with her, love her. And then imagine that the earth moves out of your heart, out in front of you, maybe out, about as far as your hands can reach. You don't have to keep your hands out there, but you can keep your hands on your heart. But just see the earth out there in front of you and look at her, and just, with every breath, just feel like you're having an exchange of love with the earth. Just breathing love and light with each breath into the earth. And just watch the planet getting brighter and brighter. This is a wonderful practice to do, especially when we hear about things that are happening on the planet that make us feel sad. There's horrible fires, natural disasters, people are starving, floods, all these things happening on the planet as she goes through her processes and her healing. So when something like that happens, it's a good opportunity to do this heart-centered grounding, connecting with the earth, and see her out there in front of you, and set your intent for whatever it is that you want to heal, and just pulse that love and light into the earth. As we continue to flow healing energy and breathe with the earth, allowing her to get brighter and brighter. Repeat these affirmations after me. May her waters be clean and healthy. May her atmosphere be free of pollution. May her climate be restored to optimal conditions. May her forests be green and plentiful. May all her creatures be safe and free. With abundant food, water, and habitat. May all humans enjoy her gifts with fairness and gratitude. May we treat each other and all creation with compassion. Oh. Then you can imagine the earth condensing back into a glowing sphere inside your heart. Bring the earth back into your heart. Her light fills your whole body and your whole aura. Continuing to move outward till the light from within you is embracing all that is. Thank you. I know Mama Earth appreciates our attention. And I want to introduce Bruce back to come back. He's going to talk to us about dragons and what they have to do with the whole story, and as well as talk about his new novel. And he's got